Hi, I am back. It's louder here. Freddie Mercury. See, the couch can be fun. I am once again on my phone on my couch. I am hoping this is pretty cute. He's the best. I'm hoping that maybe no sirens will go by or it won't be too loud. I don't know how long I'm going to talk. I got some busy brain stuff going on. I've been annoyed the past few days. I guess quick rundown of the political climate. That guy from Maryland's still missing. They're not getting him back. I'm not shocked. They're fighting it. Supreme Court's trying to hold him in contempt, or the courts are. We'll see. Uh, they did put a pause on the tariffs, which I mean is good for now. But I did figure out that with the super high tariffs they're putting in on China, that my retirement plan and my Nikes, I might actually be the smartest person in the world. Charlie Sheen, because they are going to exponentially increase the price. Hey, Charlie. Also, TikTok is hilarious right now. So, Freddie's hair. So, the Chinese. Charlie! There's someone right outside of my house with a dog, and she is. Look at this. Standing at the window, just staring and barking. And sometimes when she gets super excited, she jumps up and does the Snoopy dance. And that's the best. So, yeah, I'm just stuck in this room. So China is doing an amazing thing where they are going on TikTok and talking about how America overcharges for everything they make, right? And how you can get it straight from China, even with shipping and the import tax, and it's still less expensive than what America's going to charge you. So now they got all these people on there with shoes and all this stuff, and they're trying to sell them, and they're sending websites, and it's hilarious. I find it super super funny. Uh, yeah. So that's about it. I cleaned 4 houses today. I did, I think, 3 yesterday, and I do 3 tomorrow. This is this is exactly what my house sounds like, and I mean, maybe I should open the door and just be cold because I had the door open, but I got cold because it's not full warm yet in Maryland. It's just teasing. I wore shorts to softball Monday night, and well, now I'm in a sweatshirt from Lala Kent. If you know, you know. Vanderpump Rules. The Valley started last night. I am excited. I don't know if I'm excited for that show so much as um, sometimes it's nice to watch other people's lives fall apart just for funsies. And uh, that guy, he barks like he's got a cold. So, Charlie, person is still in front of my house. Go find another house. So, sometimes it's nice just to see someone else's bullshit. And I've been doing this thing where I'm trying to stay happy, right? Because my life is really good, and I try not to focus on the stuff that makes me nuts too much, because I don't want to be unhappy. But this past week I've been annoyed. So I love how the narrative with women and men is always just tell them no and be honest. And I took it took like 3 times for me to reject a dude. 3 times. And the last time I told him no, that I didn't want anything and I was happy by myself, he called me a liar. That was his response, was liar. And turns out he hadn't even broken up with the girl he told me that he wasn't seeing anymore. Scummy. And after that, he started like harassing my Facebook page. So I finally blocked him. But no means no. It always means no. It means no if you're naked. It means no if you're not. I mean, I don't feel like I come across this super bulky. I don't feel like I come across as someone who doesn't know what she wants. Uh, so it just pissed me off. And then because he hadn't actually not been dating the girl, Then I had to tell her, and I know I didn't hurt her feelings. I know he did, but that still didn't feel good. So that got on my nerves. And today I am going to piss some people off. I mean, there's like 10 of you that listen to this. So of the 10 of you, if I piss you off, I mean, I don't actually care if I piss you off. And it's not like I'm big enough to even be somebody who gets doxxed or canceled or whatever. But I've talked about this before. And when Donald Trump was president back in 2016, they're leaving. He created a narrative of saying whatever he wanted to because, like it verbatim, that man, Charlie, that man does not know how to keep his mouth shut. And he says whatever he wants to. And so, if the president of the United States can run around, shut up, can run around calling people fat and ugly and making fun of people with disabilities, then everybody feels like they can. And the left they overcorrected. The left overcorrected so hard to correct for his mouth and the vitriol that started to come. Like most people keep their hatred at home. You know, you don't say the nasty things in your brain out loud. They did after Donald Trump was president. So the leftover Charlie, I swear to God, I will bury you in the backyard. She's gonna live forever. I'm stuck. So you know they overcorrected and created the woke left. I hate the woke left. They are ridiculous. They are ridiculous. The woke left are the reason why people say that the left wants to shut down freedom of speech. Donald Trump's doing it, but because the woke left expects you to agree with everything they want, never disagree, never talk out a turn, never have another opinion. And if you do, you are a Nazi, you're racist, you're a bigot, you're sexist, you're God, toxic masculinity. You know, I mean, you're a turf. There are all these different words for things of people that just don't agree with their entire narrative. And they opened up the gates for so many people to choose the right because they suck. They suck. The fact that somebody says something that your herd mentality says is not right, and then you dox them, you put all their information on the internet, and you ruin their lives. You get them fired, right? Now, some people fine, some people suck, some people beat people in public, and they need to be held accountable. That person who lit that restaurant on fire, I think in Puerto Rico, they needed to be found in the United States so they could be held accountable for lighting a restaurant on fire on vacation because they were mad they got kicked off for being drunk. Dox them. But because someone has a differing opinion, it doesn't make them anything other than a different human being with a different opinion. I'm tired of the woke left. They've ruined things. And so today, the UK, I'm sorry, my nose is running. So actually, I guess I'll start at the beginning. So the other day, I posted a video of Ricky Gervais. I love him. I think he is one of the best comedians. I have talked about his movie, The Invention of Lying. He had the original Office. I love him. I love his comedy. I love that he's atheist. I love that he's honest. I love that he has no cut cards. I love that he will tell you you are a piece of shit. I love him. I love that he's the kind of guy that would make fun of the women going into outer space. Also, who cares? Who cares? Is it cool that there was a rocket that was full of only women? Yes. Should it have been them that had the all woman flight first? Probably not. However, they're just rich people doing rich people things. And the fact that anybody is like $26 million could have gone a long way to help people. They weren't gonna help you. It's not your money. And rich people get to do what they want with their rich people money. You know why? Because they're rich. And they earned it. They earned it. Fine. Amazon is $1 billion industry. And no, Jeff Bezos shouldn't have bought the Washington Post. And yes, I think it is a conflict of interest when he shuts down the op-ed section because he is in Donald Trump's little pocket. However, Jeff Bezos isn't born money. Jeff Bezos made that money. He is rich because he worked hard. That is what happens. Do I think that a lot of people are going to stay poor because that's society? Yes. But these people are not poor because most of them work to not be poor. And I don't hate them for it. They don't owe you anything. They're just rich people doing rich people shit. I don't care. People act like it's some big crime that Katy Perry kissed the ground when she came back. Who cares? Rich people doing rich people shit. It's exactly like those people that went down to go see the Titanic, except they died. Rich people doing rich people shit. I would not go to outer space for 11 minutes because outer space and deep water terrify me. I don't want to go places where you don't know what is there. Terrifying. Terrifying. I don't care. But to act like they did something wrong or that they're ruining the world for women everywhere, that's ridiculous. Just rich people doing rich people shit. So, Ricky Gervais. So I posted this video of him on Instagram doing, he was talking to someone about how Christians are in Christianity, which they do. And he's an atheist, right? And he says, he's like, there's good atheists and bad atheists. There's good Christians and bad Christians. I think there's more bad Christians than good Christians these days. You don't actually like the ideas of Jesus. You just like that and you say you're Christian. And you should read that book a little more because I have. I choose not to believe in anything because religions aren't good. But I have read that book and I do know what it stands for and none of you follow that. So that's what he said. And then the woman in the interview was like, well, what does bring you peace? And he was like, dogs. And yes, 100%. And the woman was like, God spelled backwards is dog. Yes, it is. 100%. Means everything in the world to me. I love you, Ricky Gervais. So this trans girl I know, she said that he's a bigot and he doesn't like trans people. So I looked it up and he did a comedy special back in 2022. And before it started, he said, I'm going to be ironic and I'm going to do satire. These are just jokes. Doesn't mean I believe in it. Just jokes. And he made jokes about trans people and it got him a lot of vitriol and labeled as a trans bigot, anti-trans. And then he said, he was like, I support the trans community, be whatever you want. I mean, the man doesn't care about anything. I just walk around mocking people. Why does he give a fuck about trans people? And this chick said how I should have researched and she watched the special and he was anti-trans. And I said, we're going to agree to disagree because I do not believe that trans women should play in women's sports. And despite the fact that I think that trans women deserve all the health rights and all the rights to everybody else, I'm never going to change my mind, or I'm not. I didn't say that, but I said I will be labeled a bigot because I do not believe that trans women should be playing women's sports. To which she responded, have you read the science? Have you talked to any trans people? Is your mind set on this? I have, stuff you can read. I think that you should go on Reddit. I think that you should talk to trans people. I think that you should do the research. Now, I've been annoyed for 2 days because of this, and it is because I am the science and I am the research. I am a woman. I am a woman, and I have been playing co-ed sports my entire life. My entire life. In elementary school, I played sports against boys. Middle school, high school, as an adult. And I know one thing and one thing only. Men and women physically are not the same. Boys and girls physically are not the same. Teenagers, they're not the same. And unless you stop all hormonal changes as a child, I'm pretty sure that they're going to end up being different. And this is not to say like Leah Thomas, is that what her name was? The swimmer in Pennsylvania that won against women in collegiate swimming and shouldn't have because she shouldn't have been allowed to swim because she was a man. And she was in her locker room with a penis. And she shouldn't have been in there either because she was a man. And we're not the same. I have played softball with a trans woman. We're not the same. If a ball hit off of her bat had hit me in the face, it would have broken my eye socket because she hits like a man, because she has become a man. Like physically, we're not the same. I am not saying anything about your insides. I'm not saying that you don't have body dysmorphia. I am sorry for everything going on the inside. But I am telling you that as a woman, men and women are not the same. And no, not all boys or men are going to win everything they do against women. Yes, there are amazing women athletes out there. Yes. We are not the same. We're not. They are faster. They are stronger. I also know that, again, there's probably, like I said in one of these before, I said I could probably hurt Michael Cera if I punched him because he's teeny. We are not the same. There's a reason why so many women are killed by men in the United States. We are not the same. Men, we're not. And I got mad. I got mad that this trans girl asked me, have I done the science? Have I read the science? And what bothers me, now I'm back to the woke left, right? What bothers me is that because I don't agree that trans women should be in women's sports, again, I'll be labeled a bigot, right? But what also bothers me is that because of trans women's rights, it's like women don't exist. And I I don't know that it's hard for me to feel this way because I am so pro human right. I am like I vote for women when I vote. And I think that everybody, like I've even said, if I don't fucking like you, I hope you have an amazing life. I think everybody deserves to have all of the rights. I think they all deserve to walk around this world and this country and not worry that they're going to be beaten, or raped, or arrested for no reason, or deported for no reason. I do not think that uh that I don't know if it's going to come through this, but there was this weird little bubble with a thumbs down in it. I don't know. So there's all these things. I think that all these people should have all these rights. But I don't think that somebody else's right should take away the fact that women have fought for centuries to be seen as not less than centuries, right? So like Title IX, we had to fight for separate but equal in sports. We had to do that. We had to fight. I was 12 years old. I was 12 years old when my mother was legally allowed to say no to my father when it came to sex. I was 12. That's not something that happened where we marched and we got voting rights. This is not the suffrage movement that I know about and that I am glad for and that I respect and I honor those women every day. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying I was 12 years old when women could say that their husbands raped them. 12. That is nuts. I am not saying that body dysmorphia is not real. I am not saying that internally you don't feel like everything is wrong and that you should have been born in a different body. I know all of that. I know that. Science doesn't need to tell me that that's fake. I know that that is real. But what you feel can't take away. It can't take away from women. And I hate that the UK had to say that women are born, right? Like it's a biological thing. It's not a societal idea. I don't like that because, and I get why they did it though. I get why they did it. And they did it. They solely did it because not the Supreme Court, the Parliament, right? The Parliament there requires that it be 50-50 men and women. But in 2010, they said that, whatever you identify as, you are. Well, that means that the 50% that is supposed to be women can now be trans women. And if it say the 50% that is supposed to be women is all trans women, now you have a parliament of 100% men because none of them they're not women. And I know that on the inside you are women. I know. But the problem is that there are things that I have gone through that you won't understand. You won't. Like I had a guy send me this video and it was about some couple, I think in California, and they were sitting at a bus stop and this crazy drunk guy rolled up and he just hit the guy with a hatchet, right? And he hit the guy with the hatchet and I was like, why did you send me this? He goes, well, you should be aware and vigilant because there are crazy people everywhere. And it's not like I'm going to get a carry license for my gun, probably because I can't because I've, 3 misdemeanors or whatever. But I said to him, I was like, honey, I'm a woman. I have spent my entire life with the knowledge that at any moment a man could grab me, rape me, beat me, murder me. Women get murdered in America all the time by men, all the time. There are safe spaces for women because we need them because men murder us. They rape us. They beat us. They sexually assault us. And I am not saying that all men do this, but men do this. And we need safe spaces. And for women who have been through these things, the idea of having someone in that area who is masculine at all or has a penis, whether you are partially transitioned, have decided to transition, anything, you are still a threat because trauma is real. Right? And I had a client say, like, sometimes we're at the tip of the spear. And this might be one of those moments where in America we're at the tip of the spear. And restaurants that have a man and a women's bathroom, they can probably take out part of each and make a unisex bathroom. And that is our solution. but women deserve a safe space. And I'm not saying that I'm anti-trans. Again, I think that as a human being, you should be able to be whatever is what you want to be. I think that you should have the medical care. I think that you should have the hormones, the blockers. I think that you should have access to the hormones you need to transition, the surgeries. I do not think it should be an arm and a leg. I think that all of these things should exist within the construct of our wherever you are. I think that this is real. I know that body dysmorphia is real. I am not negating that. But women matter too. And I feel like women are the ones that they're not getting asked, because every woman I know, when you say that men don't belong, trans women don't belong in women's sports, you know what they say? I agree. But because of the woke left, you can't say that out loud, or now you're a bigot, or now you're anti-trans. You know, you can't say that women deserve a safe space, a locker room. Leah Thomas was in that locker room with a full-on penis. That's not okay. It's not okay. Because again, our entire history as women, our entire history, we are not people. We're not. I will never know what it is like to never worry about someone touching me wrong. Every time I walk outside of my house, someone might catcall me. I mean, some days I look a lot better than this. So it happens, you know? The same way that Black people, when they drive their cars and a cop pulls up behind them, they don't know what's going to happen. If I walk alone at night, I don't know what is going to happen. I will never know any other way. I will never know what it is like to go to a parking garage by myself in the dark and not look around every corner before I turn. I will never know that. I will never know what it is like to have not been sexually assaulted. And I know that it happens to men. I am not stupid. I know that it happens to little children. I'm not stupid. Women. It's almost all of us, you know? And I just wish someone would just really consider the women, because it doesn't feel good that I'm having these feelings about uh about anything. It doesn't feel good. I don't like to feel like I'm not on the side of human rights. I don't, because I am on the side of human rights always, without exception. I think part of the problem I'm having is that it's automatically like, if you're not, like, if I'm pro woman, I'm anti trans women. And that's not real. See, it did it again. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening. Right? Like J.K. Rowling. And again, of the 10 people who listen to this, if you listen to this and you don't like her, I'm gonna suck my dick. I do. I like her. I like her a lot. I like her platform. I love her stories. You know, she got me into reading. I love the movies. And I'm not mad at her for what she has represented, because I don't know if she's anti-trans now. Well, I think they kind of deserve it for the way that they've treated her. But she was not. She was not anti-trans. She's pro-woman. That woman was beaten badly by the father of her daughter. Badly. She had to flee to get away from him. And she had to fight to keep her stories because she'd already started writing them. That woman was abused. And so when the UK said that you could be whatever you identified as, she didn't see anti-trans, she saw fear. She saw men saying that they were women and getting into women's shelters for battered women. They shouldn't be there. She saw people with penises going into women's bathrooms. She saw people abusing the privileges, and she saw it hurting the women. That is what she saw. She saw the fact that that parliament that's supposed to be 50-50 man and woman could now be 50% men, and then it didn't have to be all women if some of the women were trans. You know, I don't disagree with her. I don't think that she's a bad person. I don't think that I am a bad person. I just think that I don't know, we woke everything, the woke left. You know, I think that I read this article about how the trans community got mad at Newsom because he said that trans women shouldn't be in women's sports, and they named him not an ally. And that man has fought for the LGBTQ plus, I don't know, that he's fought for them in California. And I read this article where the person was saying, we got to stop focusing on sports because the science isn't there, and pseudoscience isn't science. I don't care. Again, I am the science. I am the girl who has played with boys her entire life, not only in the sack. Her entire life, I have played with boys. We're not the same. We're not the same. And so it said in this article, it's like, we got to stop focusing on that because we're missing the point. There are bigger things at risk. There's the fact that you are trans. There's the fact that now Donald Trump has said that you are not. There, there's we fighting to make unisex bathrooms places. I mean, I don't like the woke left. I don't like that if I don't like a restaurant that happens to be owned by black people because I don't like the food. I say I don't like the restaurant because I don't like the food. I could be labeled as racist. That's ridiculous. I don't like that Bill Murray got accused of sexual assault because he made a joke. He kissed a chick that he thought he was buddies with, right? I mean, I'm speaking out of pocket because I'm not the chick, and she felt what she felt. But feelings aren't facts. It's a fact that you have feelings, but feelings aren't facts. And he had a mask on, and she had a mask on. And he thought it would be funny, like, look at us, we have masks on, and he kissed her, and then it's sexual assault. It's not sexual assault. Labeling something as small as that as sexual assault trivializes actual sexual assault. Me Too was an amazing thing. It brought to the forefront all of the abuses that women suffered, and then everything became sexual assault. Everything. And it trivialized it, and it made people stop listening. Racism is real, and racism is awful, and it shouldn't happen. But labeling shit that isn't racism as racism to cause a stir or do whatever trivializes actual racism. I mean, come on, right? Anti-Semitism is real. It's absolutely real. But if you label the wrong things, you take away all validity when it actually happened. And the woke left is fucking ridiculous. God, man, we talk all the time, the right, the Project 2025. I know that it's bad. We are just as bad on the other fucking side. God, all these people out there talking about making a big deal out of JD Vance dropping that fucking trophy. Who cares? I dropped my dog when he was a puppy. People drop things all the time. JD Vance is a potato. The administration's doing bad stuff because they don't know how to execute fucking anything because they're idiots. Are we shocked? No, we knew they were idiots. We knew they were idiots when they put them all into power. We knew what they were going to do. The not getting the people back, that one really bothers me. The fact that they're in a gulag. Look up gulag. That's a good word, man. Look up gulag. Look that one up. Look that one up. I mean, it is scary what they're doing. But I mean, pick your lane, man. Like, is anybody surprised that RFK is doing what he's doing? No. You know why? Because RFK is a fucking idiot and they put him in charge of health and human services. Cool. I mean, we overcorrected again. Donald Trump existed. We made the woke left. The woke left made everybody tired because it's so ridiculous. And now we've got this. We keep doing this dumb shit to ourselves. It's like we hit our hand with a hammer, have to use the other hand, and then we hit that hand on the hammer and then go, I don't know what happened. Well, stop hammering. We've made all of this mess. All of it. We've made everything ridiculous. This is why I end up watching television. Black Mirror, the new season of Black Mirror with Rashida Jones. Ooh. Also, Amy Poehler started a podcast. I think it's called A Good Hang, and it's her talking to her friends. And if you have watched Parks and Rec, which is one of my absolute favorite shows, that is a show that just makes you feel good. It is a fun show. It's got an amazing cast. Nick Offerman. It's got Chris Pratt. It's Aubrey Plaza. It's amazing. That show is Aziz Ansari, who's hilarious. It's a great show, right? And she did one of her episodes with Rashida Jones, and they are as good of friends in real life as they are on that show. And it was literally like listening to Leslie hang out with Anne, because Leslie loves it. She's like, Anne, oh, I'll move. Anne's here. Like it was just a great episode. So I do that. I listen to things that make me happy, right? Like Amy Poehler. But Rashida Jones, first episode of Black Mirror this season. Oof, twisted, dark, worth it, dark, just dark. Because we're going too far with technology. I just got mad. I got mad that someone said to me when it came to females playing sports with trans women, have you read the science? I am a science. And I shouldn't be afraid to say out loud that trans women don't belong in women's sports. And I don't agree that they belong in every part that women have, because men hurt women. And until you fully transition, you have the pieces that can hurt women. And physically, you can hurt women. And it's just exactly what it is. I'm sorry for it. I hate that you were born in the wrong body. I don't know how that is designed. I don't know why it happens to some and not the others. I hate that for you. But it doesn't negate all the shitty shit that's happened to women and how we deserve to protect ourselves from that, because historically no one has protected us. I mean, there's a whole fucking show, The Handmaid's Tale. Like, the first time I watched that, well before we were ever actually worried it was happening, like it could now, I cried. I cried. And then I thought about getting a hysterectomy so that I couldn't be used as a breeder. And then I asked my ex husband for my gun back because he had it when I was on probation. That is how The Handmaid's Tale made me feel. That's it. I love you. I love you. When he realizes he hasn't seen me in a long time, he'll come in and give me kisses. In case you were curious what brings me peace, it is dog, which is God spelled backwards. I met a puppy today. This house I clean, she lost a dog 2 weeks ago. She rescued an old one after her last dog passed away, and this one is only 2. And her name is Nomi, and she did not like me. And she was used to breed out in West Virginia, and she rescued her. When I don't think I'm ever not gonna have a dog because they rescue you while you rescue them, and I don't think anything could be more beautiful. Yeah, man, I've been frustrated. I had that boy who didn't take no for an answer, and then I got asked about the science of trans women and women's sports, and that made me angry too. I'm not angry, but frustrated because again, like, why do I have to listen to scientists about something that I've lived my entire life? Why? Why does it have to make me feel like I can't say out loud it shouldn't happen because someone will label me a bigot? I mean, they really do. They just destroy people's lives because they don't like that they don't agree with them, and that's ridiculous. That is for all the pieces of this country that we say, oh, thank you, that we say we're protecting, right? And all these people up in arms because Donald Trump is, in fact, getting rid of freedom of speech and freedom of assembly, freedom of press, right? He's getting rid of all of these things. And I mean, it really is. That's not hyperbole. The man is systematically getting rid of these things. Uh, my ability to say out loud that I don't agree with something and not get doxxed for it or called a bigot. I mean, come on, man. We assign these nasty words when someone doesn't agree with us, like Nazi racist. We got to do better. I don't know that people really understand. Your hips ever hurt? I'm so mad. I never had children and I've got sore hips all the time from cleaning. I don't know that people understand that if we keep going down this division, right? It's just going to get worse. And the way it should be divided, right, is retarded right and retarded left and the rest of us. Except it isn't because a lot of us like to play in the middle and then split. Fucking get off the seesaw and hang out in logic land and reality and common sense. Where things are okay if they aren't exactly what the all the way left does and all the way right does. Donald Trump is wrong on a lot of fucking things. And if you are not a MAGA enthusiast, which how the fuck are you? I found out tonight my older sister is in fact a MAGA enthusiast. And I like to think that my parents raised 3 intelligent human beings. And now I may be thinking it's only 2 because this man has done bad things. And whether or not, like I have said it on this thing many times, he doesn't have bad ideas, he's got terrible execution, right? But he's done bad things and he's on a revenge tour and he's put retarded individuals in charge of every department in our fucking government. RFK. God, Linda McMahon. WWF to the Department of Education. Come on. I mean, you can't. There's a part of you, even if you are a Trumpite, even if you have swallowed his cock so wholly that you literally believe every word of bullshit that comes out of that man's mouth, like he is 6'3" and 224 pounds. Suck my dick. Because if he is 6'3" and 224 pounds, I got a rock hard 8 inches that I would love to shove down his lying throat. I don't have a dick. He is fat. Not 224 fucking pounds. You should be able to see, despite your loyalty to that man, that he has done some bad things. You should be. because I can. Just like I can see the bad things that Biden did because I can. Just like I can see that the woke left is fucking ruining things. They're no better than the Project 2025 alt-right. Both of you are fucking assholes. You should be able to see that. And if you can't, I severely question your logic and intelligence. Just fucking be smarter, man. I don't know what to tell you. So it's Easter this weekend, so a whole bunch of people who pretend to be decent people are gonna go sit in church. They're gonna look around, they're gonna say, Christ is risen. He's risen indeed. My church, when I was a kid, they did this thing where they would put a video, like one of those rolly, hi bud, one of those rolly TVs in from when you had a substitute teacher, and then on the screen you'd see this woman dressed like she was from back when Jesus was alive, running through the various courtyards of the church land, Falls Church, Virginia, Episcopalian. They had a scandal recently. One of the youth pastors liked to touch boys. I'm shocked. So she would run through all the different parts, and then she would burst through the doors of the church like she had been running on camera the whole time. This was the 80s. There was not a chance. And she'd go, Christ is risen. And we all go, He's risen indeed. May peace be with you and also with you. Let us pray. Your girl did go to church for a very long time. I know all the things. So yeah, it's Easter and I'm still trying not to eat sugar. So no candy for me. Also, I don't know what I actually look like. Do I look super old? I got the sweetest compliment at softball on Monday night. My friend told me, she was like, why do you look younger than you did last year? I'm like, I don't know, but you want to make out later? Because I will take that compliment all day at 43. Hi, bud. Chalupa Batman. I don't know that you guys have seen him before. He likes to lick the air around me. He loves Too Big, but he's my old man. He's 10. I'm afraid he's gonna die every day. I woke him up this morning and I was like listening for breathing because bulldogs have a short shelf life. I hate to say it that way, but they do. He's got little teeps, and when he closes his mouth, you just see one right there. It's the cutest fucking thing. And so hopefully now that I've vented about this stuff on here, it's gonna go away. I called my mom. I called my mom to talk to her about all this stuff and how it kind of still just feels like it's just men climbing in to take something from women because no one cares about trans men at all. They don't talk about their right to be them. They don't talk about them in sports. They don't talk about them in bathrooms. And it's because nobody cares because they don't see them as a threat because they are women. They don't care. And I just, everything's been taken from women always. And not white women, all women, all of us. Every woman throughout history categorically has been beaten and raped and owned and God paid less and talked down to and harassed. And it just feels like another thing that men are like, no, are you comfortable? You were good. You were comfortable. Cool. We're going to take this too. And it just sucks because again, I am not anti anything. I'm not anti trans. I am not stupid. And I know what body dysmorphia is. And I do believe in it. I don't need science to prove that that's real to me. But not everything is supposed to be okay. You can't just have something happen and be like, you have to accept this. You fucking don't. That's not how life works. I'm not saying trans people aren't people. They're fucking people. Again, Caitlyn Jenner, full stop, man. Can't tell me that she's a man. But if there was a platform where it had to be 50-50 men and women, then Caitlyn Jenner should sit on the man side. And that'd be like, I don't know if this comparison is exactly right. But if I was raised in the foster system and my parents that adopted me happened to be black, and I was raised in a black family and I 100% felt that I was black, I've been raised in their culture with their people and I identified with black people more than I ever identified with white. I shouldn't have a seat in a chair that's only meant for black people. And it doesn't make me feel good that I feel this way. And I know that I am not a TERF. And if you call me a bigot, like, again, if this one offends you, then it offends you. Because I have sat in these feelings for 3 fucking days and I've been pissed off and bothered and all the things. Definitely no one listens to this shit. But like, The alt-right got to go away. And the woke left has to go away. Because we got to stop telling people what they can and cannot say. And Donald Trump is doing it. It's, you have to agree with me and you have to bend the knee. And I only want people who work for the government to believe in me and my staff and be pro Donald Trump. And the woke left is the exact fucking same way. And that is gross. And it bothers me that in a situation today where I sat here feeling like women don't have a voice anymore because we're not as important as the trans community, that, and he's lying. But Donald Trump is the one out there saying, I'm protecting women. And he's full of shit. But women aren't standing up for themselves. And we should be. Because we fought so hard for so long to have anything. And I don't want to lose the anything we have. And it doesn't make me a bigot. And it doesn't make me a turf. It makes me a fucking woman. And it makes me want to, I said this before, like when my buddy was like, well, it's worse in the Middle East. Well, I don't live in the Middle East. So I'm not going to say that the rates I have here are enough because they're better than what they have in the Middle East. So, yeah, I guess that's me clearing my brain. So, hey, men, one more time. No means no. It means no if you're naked. It means no if you're not. And if a girl tells you that she's not interested, stop. Stop. Or you get blocked on the phone and on Facebook because the power of the block button. And she'll probably ruin the relationship you lied about not being in because you shouldn't be a liar. So I guess that's it for me today. Thanks for letting me vent and unload the stuff that's been bogging me down. I appreciate you guys. Dave the Man saved the empire. Don't stop telling the truth. Don't stop recognizing the truth. And stop swallowing the bullshit that's force fed down your throat because there is no impartial media anymore. Everybody's on a side, and you really got to look for the truth, and you got to look hard. So find the truth and spread the truth, because if we don't keep telling the truth, no one will. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.